Alright, so I'm going to do this short little video just so I don't have to interrupt you while you're working on your test to show you what we can do to do the lab report. Okay, so as you can see here, the report is not due until Friday, March 12th. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through, and this is, if you were in class, it was the lab where it looked like we turned iron into copper, and you'll have all your results for that. If you were not in class, you watched a nice video on that and took good notes. So I'll show you exactly what you need to submit. So everybody needs to do a really cool title page. All right, so I'm giving you spring break and a week after spring break. So expectations are going to be high for some very creative and cool looking cover pages. It's an opportunity for you to use some of those art skills, computer skills, to make a really spiffy looking report. And then you're going to, the next thing you're going to do is a procedure flow chart. Now you may or may not be familiar with how a flow chart works. So I'll kind of walk you through this one, and you get the free recipe of Grandma Chalmers' scrambled eggs in the microwave. Don't knock it until you've tried them. All right, so in this lab or in the video that you watched, so if you watch the video, you'll do a flow chart of the procedure as indicated in the video, and you took good notes on that. If you did the lab in class, you know how to do the flow chart. So a lot of times when you separate things, so this is what Grandma Chalmers' famous eggs, you crack the egg open and you discard the shell. So I have a little triangle for something that you throw out, a little square for cracking the eggs open, and then you put the whites and the yolks in a bowl. You add 50 milliliters of 1% milk, salt. Add the salt before you cook them. That is key. And actually stir it up a little bit, and you start to do some of the denaturizing of those proteins before you cook it, and that'll hold the water in there. That's what the starch does too. You make a little tiny paste of cornstarch or potato starch, just a small little tablespoon of paste. Add that to the eggs. That keeps that moisture in, and you get really nice moist eggs. So you're going to stir all those ingredients, cook for 1 minute, stir. This is important with microwave eggs. You're going to repeat this process. In the lab, we did that a couple of times. You repeat. You know, it's even in the video, heat and repeat, heat and repeat. So use those little loops when needed. And I think you'll see when you start to piece together a flow chart. And then you get to the point where, you know, you've cooked it for those 1 minute spans, and add a little bit of hot sauce. Taste good? No? Add hot sauce. Taste good? Yes? Eat. All right? So you can see how a flow chart works to explain the procedure. So now you guys know how to make Grandma Chalmers' famous microwave eggs. Like I said, don't knock them till you try them. And this could be something you could experiment with over break. Now, if you did the lab in class, your report will be beautiful cover page, the back of the lab calculations. I started those for you. You're going to write a chemical reaction. You're going to show a mass-mass problem for both the copper sulfate and for the amount of iron, and you'll predict how much copper you'll get. So you'll do both of those, this many grams of copper, this many grams of copper, and as you know, the one that is the least will be the answer to that problem. So do those calculations, and then do your flow chart. If you were not in class, you'll do a beautiful cover page, detailed notes from the Target Lab video that we showed on Thursday, and a flow chart. Okay, so the lab reports are going to be pretty similar with two different labs. One was virtual, one was in class, and there is much opportunity for a good grade in this report. So now you can submit them in person as a hard copy if you're coming to school, or email them. You can do this as a slide presentation. You can even make the flow chart into a slide and say this happens, and then I've had some really cool ideas with pipes and connecting symbols, lots of color, and really done a nice job of spiffing that up. But as long as you get it to me, that's basically the reason I'm giving you the whole week after break. I mean, you certainly could be done with this before then, but I'm giving you that whole week. If you have some in-class time, you come to see me, you can bring hard copy, just to give that option. I'm not forcing that hard copy option on anyone. You can submit it electronically, like I said, do a Google slide, and do this out. Now, this is important to note. The late penalty on this puppy is half credit. Okay? You do not want to mess with having that done by Friday. I'm not even going to put a time on it. Just get it to me sometime on Friday, preferably in the morning, but you can do it after school, as long as it's still Friday. So technically, I guess 11:59 would still be Friday, March 12th. But just don't procrastinate that much. The idea is for you to do it, and then you can come ask questions. You can email me questions, and really get a nice job. It will be evaluated subjectively by me, and you can do it written or on type everything like this looks, or a combination. That's your call. Extra credit can be rewarded, and actually with this particular assignment you could get a significant number of extra credit points. So if you really want to think outside the box and have some fun with this one, turn the whole thing into a video that you submit, or a three-dimensional flow chart. It's limitless to what you could do, and those extra credit points will be rewarded accordingly. So if you really are getting into this, go for it and get some bonus points. But bottom line, make sure you incorporate, and watch this video again if you need to right before you submit it, just to make sure all the details are there. And good luck. Let's get a great score on this assignment. A great opportunity for you to pick up some even bonus points if you want to go the extra mile. So it should be a fun project. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong.